base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go in that league.
Geno Auriemma believed he had Caitlin Clark figured out, a player who, in his opinion, wouldn't make waves, and a fan base that was out of touch with reality. However, reality set in, and Auriemma had to take back his words on national television for everyone to see. The same Caitlin Clark, whom he had previously written off as not being built for the physicality of the WNBA, has now converted her skeptics into believers. And Geno is the most unexpected of all. This child is on the wrong team, has the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league, and she's a rookie. With her incredible performances and her ability to rewrite WNBA history, Clark's rookie season was anything but typical. She demonstrated that her game was more than just hype, and in the process she had, even her most outspoken critic acknowledged that he was mistaken. Auriemma, who was renowned for his unwavering beliefs and astute analysis, found himself praising what he formerly believed unthinkable. But how did we get here? How did a coach with decades of experience end up changing his mind about the rookie he famously said would struggle? If you think you know this story, think again, because what happened next was nothing short of headline-worthy. Before we break it down, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go. There were actually odds that she would be MVP in the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful, ignorant, and foolish that they give women's basketball a bad reputation. All right, the child was set up for failure from the start. It all started with a statement that caught the attention of the entire basketball world. On Geno Auriemma, the legendary coach of UConn on the Dan Patrick Show, didn't mince words when he branded Caitlin Clark's fan base foolish and implied that they were preparing her for failure. He also said that Clark deserves everything she receives since she gives it her all, presenting her outspoken character as a double-edged sword. Clark was not suited for the roughness of the WNBA and lacked the speed to avoid aggressive defenders. To understand Auriemma's skepticism, one must look back to Clark's college days at Iowa. Her impact was seismic, with unmatched scoring ability and deep-range shooting that bordered on showmanship and leadership, turning the Hawkeyes into national contenders by the time she was the top pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. Clark was a household name, but in Auriemma's eyes, her dominance in college wasn't enough. He saw the WNBA as an arena where only a select few could thrive without an adjustment period, primarily the ones he coached at the University of Connecticut. Diana put it best. Fans were divided over this child's impending rude awakening. Supporters of Clark cited her unwavering work ethic, unmatched basketball IQ, and unquestionable ability to win games in the closing seconds, while critics, particularly Diana Taurasi, agreed with Auriemma and expressed skepticism about whether Clark's collegiate success would translate to the professional ranks. Remember this look in a league that is renowned for its fierce season rivalry. SVP, reality is on the horizon. But Clark wasn't one to back down from scrutiny. Instead, she used the pressure as motivation in her early press conferences, focusing on teamwork and preparation and dismissing the noise with poise. "I'm here to show up and help my team get better," Clark said, acknowledging that there are levels to this thing, and that's just life. We've all experienced it. You'll see it on the NBA side, where you know they look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women who have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Then came the season that changed everything. You never know how quickly they're going to adjust to the WNBA game coming from college, and I think that Caitlin has done surprisingly well how quickly she's adapted to this game. There are a lot of doubters out there, as we all know, and she has proven them all wrong. Clark didn't just meet expectations, she broke them. She led the Indiana Fever with jaw-dropping statistics, averaging 9.2 points, 8.4 assists, and over 5 rebounds per game. Her scoring was electrifying, but it was her court vision and ability to encourage her teammates that silenced the naysayers, breaking 62 records in the process. The moments that transformed uncertainty into amazement stood out. The rookie season that Auriemma thought would Exposed Clark ended up showcasing her as one of the most promising stars of her generation. How did all of this lead to Auriemma's unexpected pivot? Well, if you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes up some of your time, and we appreciate it. Now let's get back to the action. The Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball team is looking to go 4-0 on the season when they travel to Des Moines to play Drake. Lisa Blair and Caitlin Clark were also present to attend the sold-out game. More than just a homecoming, Clark's return to Iowa was a celebration of all that she had accomplished and the hope that there was yet more to come. The Iowa Hawkeyes versus Drake Bulldogs game on November 17th created the ideal environment for an emotional homage. As Clark entered the Knapp Center, the audience was ecstatic, knowing they were watching the return of a great. If you haven't been living under a rock, you've heard about Caitlin Clark. She's a player who transcends generations and improves everyone around her. Fox College Hoops had prepared a tribute video that included a montage of her college highlights interwoven with heartfelt messages from former teammates, coaches, and opponents. According to Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark will be remembered as one of the greatest gamers of all time. Juju Watkins and her prior instructors, Jan Jensen and Lisa Blair, have been fantastic, and I'm very happy for her as she moves on to the next phase. Watkins revealed that the compliments were sincere and consistent, highlighting not only her skill but also her character. She is a great player and a good person, and I'm very happy for her as she moves forward in her career. Caitlin Clark's achievement of becoming the all-time leading scorer in major basketball is another milestone for this transformational superstar. But what why grabbed everyone's attention was the change in the way even previous critics now talk about Clark. The man who once referred to Clark's prospects as hyped had to acknowledge her accomplishments. It was an about-face that no one had expected, demonstrating how overwhelming Clark's rookie season had been. The tribute was more than just nostalgic footage, it was evidence of how Clark had affected everyone around her. Geno Auriemma's initial doubts were no longer present. After sharing the limelight and being frequently compared to Clark, Paige Beckers provided a potent quotation that perfectly encapsulated Clark's journey. Caitlin raised a great deal of awareness about the growth of women's collegiate basketball. She bears that weight with humility and grace. As the video played, fans erupted in applause, and social media was ablaze with reactions and tweets like, "She's changed the game," and "It's time everyone admits it," and even Geno's got to give her credit now, echoing the sentiment of the crowd. Caitlin brought so much new attention to the rise in women's college basketball in the WNBA and women's sports in general. I feel like the weight of the world is on her shoulders, and she just has this heavy burden to carry, and she does it with grace and humility. In addition to demonstrating her value on the court, Clark's rookie season also changed as the evening wore on. The praise continued to flow in, including the narrative of her detractors' Auriemma. Not only did her Iowa teammates praise her, but a rival coach said, "You can't deny her impact, it goes beyond stats." The broadcast shifted to snippets of Clark's WNBA highlights, eliciting applause each time her face lit up the screen. "She broke my assist record at Iowa, so that's something I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. But I believe what Caitlin Clark did was draw attention to our game." People who would never have watched women's basketball now do so because of Caitlin Clark. The homecoming served as a full circle moment, demonstrating how far Clark had come and how wrong many of her detractors had been. It reaffirmed that her rookie season was about more than just numbers, it was about resolving doubters, bringing people together, and at the heart of it all, Clark remained humble, focused, and inspiring everyone around her. After months of audacious criticism and skepticism, Geno Auriemma, the guy who previously boldly disregarded Caitlin Clark's chances, found himself in an unexpected situation where he had to retract his statements. Auriemma's public image started to change, and this was noted in a program that aired.